Allie did never walk to the truck and talk to me, but she wouldn't. God.
I hope you've given it to the officials, right?
No, actually, it's still on my phone. I haven't had a chance.
Hi, you're watching D True Crime. We're going to listen to Chris of the interview room interview Candus Bly. There's a lot in this story that doesn't even make sense. And I think they left a lot of parts out.
Milk and some cheese, and I don't remember what else I bought.
Okay, and that's the foodless?
No,
or
priceless.
Priceless, okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house? I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house? I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going back to your house.
Okay.
And I took him back to his house and dropped him off and left. And Summer was still awake when I left his house.
Okay. Okay.
And Allie did never walk to the truck and try to talk to me or
okay.
I tried to get her to come over and talk to me, but she wouldn't.
Okay.
There's something right here between her and Allie that it's not right. Allie said she walked out to the truck and she lied, and Candus said she wanted to talk to Allie, but she didn't, and she lied. She didn't want to talk to Allie. She didn't want Allie nowhere near her truck. And in a minute, I'll tell you why.
Doing?
Cheese, and I don't remember what else I bought.
Okay, and that's the priceless. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
And then I was like, Hunter, you're not coming to the house? I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going back to your house.
Okay.
And I took him back to his house and dropped him off and left. And Summer was still awake when I left his house.
Okay.
Did she and Hunter have previous plans that he was going to go home with her to Ben Hill? But I thought his probation officer was coming to his house to do a home check. Didn't they also say that Hunter had a doctor's appointment that very afternoon? Or which was it? The doctor or the probation officer? Or got in the car with his girl and went to the park in Bristol?
And you went to Sonic, like you mentioned. What flavors do you buy? Do you remember?
I think I got me and Mom a grape.
Is that your favorite?
Not my mom.
Is that your favorite?
That's my favorite. I don't remember what Mom got. She got, it's like a cool water or something like that.
Okay.
And then Hunter, I think, wanted the blue one, I think.
Okay, is that the slushy?
Yeah,
okay.
The slushies. I don't know.
Did you buy food?
Nope.
Just the slushies?
Just the slushies.
Okay. Then what happened?
And then we left from there, went to Priceless, and I wasn't even in there 5 minutes. Okay. Grabbed my milk, come right back out the door, and he was sitting there playing on TikTok like he always does.
Okay.
I mean, and then for him to sit there and say that he doesn't even make TikTok, on my phone personally, I can show you where he's made TikTok.
Okay.
Oops, she told on herself trying to tell on Hunter. And why is she so combative against Hunter now?
The officials, right?
No, actually, it's still on my phone. I haven't had a chance because I was going to talk to them Tuesday when I went back to town.
There, you go back to Hunter's house.
I drop him off.
Explain the milk.
It was sitting right there beside Summer.
Okay.
Because when I handed it to Hunter in the car, he was on the outside. Oh. I said, Hunter, put this on the other side of Summer. I just said, like, she didn't go to sleep until after we left town. Did you change your clothes because when I have the windows down, it could be 100 degrees. I'll have all the windows up. Roll up the window, Mommy, I'm cold. And she not be cold, but I still do it.
Is that part of Summer's
personality? That's just Summer.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, seems like you guys have had a falling out. There's no question about that.
The stupid part on Al, really honest.
What was it over?
Well, I don't know if it was her husband or Hunter's, I'm just going to say Hunter's daddy. Come out with all these guys and stuff, and we're supposed to move down here. And they couldn't find a place to stay or whatever. Well, I don't really remember what this guy's name was. I know he's a Mexican, I think. And that
Jose guy?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah, she wanted him to stay. And she was also staying at mine. And I don't know, they did whatever they did because I didn't really pay attention to them. I just hung out with the kids and my mom. And then one day he just goes, I like chicks with dicks.
For 4 years now, I've been wondering who that chick was. Surely it wasn't Candus Bly.
Him and her did whatever. And she got all pissed off and just said, hold on, take me and my kids back to my place. I'm out of here. So I don't even know what really happened.
Okay.
I don't know, she's just been hateful towards me. I don't know, I don't get it. I really wish I could understand it.
Okay.
And she stuck me with that guy. And then my husband got home. He's like, well, who's this guy, you know? And I'm like, Allie left him here, abandoned him here. I was like, he ain't got no place to go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then my mom took him.
Allie had to go to work that day, and she stopped at the Dollar General store in Kingsport and called the Kingsport Sheriff's Department on Candus because her kids were left there at 110 Ben Hill Road. That was in September 2020.
My mom took him, I believe it was to North Carolina to some chick's house. And then that was the end of him.
Do you think Hunter would lie about Summer going under the water and him saving her?
They just splash around and have a good time.
Does she go underwater at any time that you see?
Oh, she just dips her head in, but sticks it right back up. I mean, it was only up to here
So
at the time. That just blew my mind when I heard that. I was like, she didn't even go under, because when she was playing in the water, I was literally taking the TikTok video just to watch, you know, and I did different things because that's how TikTok is. You can do different things with them.
Right.
And I was just taking TikTok video, and he come up out of there somewhere, and I was like, just splashed around, and then he threw it. So I moved it back away from him as quick as I could, and I was videoing them flowers, and then back at Summer again real quick. And then he decided to get in the water right there, and he went like this with the water a couple times. I told him, please stop that. She don't like to be splashed.
Okay.
And so he quit and got out. And I said, come on, Summer, we got to go get Grandma's prescription. And we just got back in the truck and left.
And they just got back in the truck and left. Where was little Waylon at all day? The two boys went to work with Don, supposedly, allegedly. Where was little Waylon? I know they didn't leave him at home with CPS coming.
Thing, right? And there's Can over there and stuff. Now, I asked Hunter,
When we come down
tell me
here,
the story on
this place was littered in trash.
Okay.
It was all trash down here. Like, them teas all through everywhere.
Okay.
Wanted to pick from here, and I said, Mom, you better not do that. It's a state park. You get in
Okay.
trouble for that if you get caught.
Okay.
I'm not getting caught for that.
Okay.
And I told her that, and so we just walked on back to the truck, but I don't know where that iced tea coming from. I know that I did buy an iced tea
Okay.
from the smoke shop in town, but I bought that iced tea from my mother.
Okay.
And
Okay.
if she was here today, she would tell you that.
Well, she wasn't there, and she didn't tell him, and she skipped out on you and your daughter. Grandis was an unavailable witness. That's why they called her Grandis Abandus.
Right. Right.
And the vapes that I bought
Yep.
were nicotine vapes from the hippie hut.
Next door.
Right, next door.
Okay.
Well, no, they're kind of, one's further down by the mall. The smoke shop's further down. Went to the hospital
Right.
and picked up my mom.
Right.
And then we stopped at the smoke shop, and I got Mom that twisted tea that she wanted. And then I stopped at the hippie house and got me some smoked nicotine vapes, is what I got.
Okay. What
And-
flavor?
I think they were Skittles,
Okay.
because that's kind of like,
Wait, do they have like?
it's like Skittles.
Okay.
It's the only kind I'll buy.
Okay.
And then we left from there, and we went straight down to Walgreens, and went to the drive-thru. But bought 3 of them, I think, I believe. And I set them right there on the council, and he asked for one. I said, no, you can't have none.
Did he take one?
I don't know.
Okay.
In my opinion, she's lying right there. Hunter said they were both hitting the vapes. That means they were doing it together. They saw each other hitting it.
Honest to God, I don't know.
Okay.
But then we went to the Walgreens and dropped off Mom's prescription. I said, well, if we got to wait 30 minutes, why don't we just bring Summer down here and let her play for a little bit?
Okay.
And that's what we did.
Okay.
I mean, there was nothing. I honestly didn't see him drink nothing down.
She tried very hard to distance herself after the fact with Hunter.
I mean, there was nothing. I honestly didn't see him drink nothing down here. I don't know what he's talking about. I really don't.
All right. So it's your word against his, basically.
Pretty much,
Out
yes.
here. Okay, so from here, where do you guys go?
Walgreens to pick up my mom's prescription.
Okay, is that the Walgreens right down at the
Yeah,
edge
it's
here?
right straight across. I told Mom, I said, why don't we get a Sonic?
Okay.
Because it's hot out.
Right.
So we drove in there, got a Sonic.
Right across the street.
Yep, right across the street.
Okay.
And then we left from there, and I went up Moreland Drive because I had to pick up a few things. I was in the store for maybe 5 minutes.
Okay.
Grabbed some milk and some cheese and I don't remember what else I bought.
Okay, and that's the word against his, basically.
Pretty much.
Okay, on this scenario right
Yes.
here.
I'm sorry to tell you, but you're going back to your house.
What could have happened that day that she suddenly got mad at Hunter? She didn't show that attitude to him on the way there, and while they were there, it was just after the fact. After they went to the horse pond. And you already seen how mad she can get, how enraged she can get at the asking of a question.
We decided to do some laundry. Because laundry, my kids, they got 80 pairs. So, you know, doing laundry at my house is like
A job, right.
It's a job.
Right. Do you have a bulldozer?
No. Sometimes I wish I did.
You're doing laundry.
Doing laundry and stuff, and kids are all sitting there watching TV, chilling. And I stepped down, and I noticed Mom was sitting on the step, and her step is like literally from here to that tree, from my doorstep.
Okay.
I can literally walk over and be right there.
Okay.
And she's like looking around. I was like, "What's your problem?" Like, we got to get these plants transplanted into bigger pots.
Okay.
And she.
Now you're sitting on the front porch, or where are you all?
No, I'm not sitting. I'm
Are you in the
standing.
house?
No, no. She's sitting on our camper step right there. And,
Okay.
And the flowers are here on both sides.
Okay.
And I'm just standing there. We're just talking. And she's like, "We gotta get these transplanted." I was like, "All right, well." She goes, "Well, we know the boys ain't gonna help because they don't like to do flowers."
Yeah. Well, boy does, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, "But I know someone that will." So I ran back in the house and I grabbed Summer. She was sitting in the kitchen playing with her little, what are them? Little short guys with the big eyeballs.
Okay.
And I was like, "Summer, you want to plant?" No, I don't know what they're called. They're all kinds. They got big eyes.
Okay.
So I bought them for her. And she was sitting there, I was like, "Summer, you want to do some flower planting and stuff?" She jumped up faster than anybody could I've seen jump up. She's like, "Pretty flowers?" I was like, "Yeah, let's go over to Grandma's and plant flowers." Transplant is what we did. And so we did that, and I don't know, it took us a while. Probably 30, 40, maybe 50 minutes, I don't know. We're not real fast people. We don't...
Okay. Your Tennessee time.
Yeah,
Just
pretty
sitting
much.
on a porch,
Chilling.
drinking, but chatting it around.
Yeah, just chatting pretty much. Me and Mom drank Mountain Dew.
Okay.
That's what we did. We drank Mountain Dew.
Yep.
And the summer we got done, we washed our hands real quick, went in Grandma's house, and she asked Grandma for a piece of candy. Into my doorstep.
Okay.
And she
Front door, back door?
No, well, I don't know if you want to call it the front door or back door because I don't really consist which way.
Pictures I see,
It's
there's a door around the bottom and the back.
not the basement door. I call it the kitchen door is what I call it.
Okay.
And she walked in there and I put my hand on the scale. I said, "Boys, watch Summer. I'll be right back." And I had to go over and help Mom. She was still sitting over there. And I had to go and get her knee brace and fix it for her because it was twisted and crap.
Okay.
It took me like 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know. Going with the boys, hanging out, and then we decided to do some laundry. Because laundry, my kids, they got 80 pairs of pants sitting over there. And I had to go and get her knee brace and fix it for her because it was twisted and crap.
Okay.
It took me like 5 minutes, maybe 2 minutes. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not a time person. Never have been.
Okay.
And next thing I know, I said, "Mom, I'm going back over with the kids, chill and hang out, whatever." And I freaking asked her brother, "Well, where'd your sister go? She was just right here with you." "But she wanted to go play with her toys downstairs, Mom." I said, "I think none of them, because that's where our room is. That's where her toys are."
Okay.
Who would you believe, Candus or Hunter? And don't forget, Hunter said there was a short period of time before they dropped me off that she said she was missing. I think we all know what that means. And I think she had little Waylon with her that day, dressed up like Summer. So there's still 3 hours unaccounted for in Candus's day. From like more than 3 hours. From 7:45 to 11 o'clock is unaccounted for. Hunter said there was a short period of time before they dropped me off that she said she was missing. In my opinion, that could have been when Summer Wells got gone. I believe that TikTok in the water was made days earlier. Summer wore that same clothes when she went to Pigeon Forge the Friday before that. The milk jug photo, it's staged. It's a staged photo, video. And that was a pretty shitty thing to do to Journey, to little Journey. Say she could come over and spend a few days. Candus told Marlena she would take her to water park and all that stuff and pay for it. And then when they got ready to go, the 4 kids and Candus and Grandis got ready to go to Pigeon Forge, and instead of taking Journey with them, they took her to her grandmother's or her aunt's or someone's. This is my opinion. Instead of helping try to find Summer, Candus Bly is helping try to lose Summer. Please like, subscribe, and share, and leave a comment, please.